Creating purpose has nothing to do with how much materialistic possessions you have or the abundance of money. Creating true purpose is about understanding what feels like it brings meaning to your existence. What do you feel like you're meant to be doing and who you are? That is your purpose. That's your why. That's your value. Majority of us put so much importance on things on the outer world, deem that it's our worth, or make us feel like our worth is dependent on that. But what if today you learn that creating purpose stems from how you value yourself and how you express your worth to the world? And we're going to get into that, is understanding how to create purpose. And this is going to be the pep talk you needed, especially for the upcoming 2022. It's going to be filled with so much divine and blessings, and your divine inheritance is time for you to step into.
If I could walk alone on water, I would. If I could
What is Gooch Gooch, you beautiful awakened ones? Welcome back to Embracing the Ascension series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. I am an intuitive shaman, healer, and reader. On this channel, I speak about spirituality with compassion, emotional awareness with love. I do guided readings for each zodiac sign, and I talk about things I feel need to be talked about because our divine right to know more than what we have been told. And this video is going to be the most potent video that's going to activate you on all levels of your being, and I guarantee that. And it's because we're literally shifting into 2022. Now I know we got 2 more months. I should be looking ahead. But yesterday was Shawan Day. People consider that the holy day. People may consider that the Day of the Dead. But that very day is the day that I received such a potent message that I know I'm not the only one who's meant to hear it. So I'm here to share it with you. Now, before we get into Samhain, most people consider it Halloween. It's actually the day, well, this year, the veil was very thin. Very, very thin, from the spiritual to the physical. Now, these realms have intertwined immensely yesterday, and it's still going to be potent until the new moon in Scorpio coming up on November 4th. Now, the reason why I'm sharing all of this is because the message that I received for 2022, especially for the light workers, especially for the ones who feel lost. Let's be honest, the whole collective feels lost right now. We feel like we don't know where we're going. We feel like we're in the same cycle over and over and over. It's the time where a lot of people around the world are starting to see the repercussions of repeating the same cycles that not have been beneficial. And this video is going to be the very video that you're going to come back to and realizing it is the very one that activated you to remember who you are and the reason why you realized how you created your purpose. How did you create meaning? And that's what we're going to get into today. It's like, how do you create purpose? You know, this new energy that we're walking into is so potent, and we all feel it. We all feel immense surge of power to create, power to transform, power to allow ourselves to see what our heart is calling to rather than what our ego is calling to. And that is what I want to share with you today, is the time to really stop denying your heart and start denying what you've been believing in that's been causing you such suffering. You know, it's beautiful to know what you want. And it's beautiful to understand that you're not worried about how it's going to come about. You're just having faith that you know it's meant for you. And this is for people who try to manifest. You know, there's no point if you trying to manifest a life if you're going to doubt it. There's no point in trying to manifest a new version of you if you're going to doubt it. There's no point of focusing on things that you want if you are going to have your dominant vibration towards focusing on your fears, towards focusing on your scarcity, focusing on your worries and insecurities, if you're not going to allow yourself to deem that you are worthy and believe that is divinely meant for you. You know, a lot of healers, a lot of people in the world right now are needing an immense amount of rest, because we're all rejuvenating ourselves to step into our truest version of who we're meant to be. our truest purpose. And how you create purpose is by one, realizing that you were not created for no reason. You were created for a purpose. That's the number one thing you got to be aware of in order to create meaning in your life. The second thing is you got to realize what is it that you feel that is pulling you away from that meaning, that purpose of who you feel you're meant to be. What is making you procrastinate? What is making you not be proactive? What is making you feel rigid and miserable and you feel like that is the only option in this existence? What makes you feel that that is true? It's time to challenge your beliefs. It's time to challenge how you see yourself. It's time to challenge the very self-image that you portrayed yourself to be. Challenge that with the version of you that you're stepping into, who you're truly meant to be. And the reason why we gotta hone in on what we want, not in a manner where we stress and obsess over it, but in a manner that we have divine confidence that exactly where we are is leading us to where we are meant to be. When you realize your divine confidence, when you realize you have a divine inheritance that you can draw from at this very moment, when you allow yourself to really fully have confidence in yourself and your decisions, and trust that not only you have the solutions, but trust that this universe is so generous towards you, then you realize all your worries, all your fears, all your insecurities are literally stepping stones to push you closer to what is your why. And that is important to really understand. What is your why? Why do you do everything you do every day? Why do you think what you think every day? Why do you feel the way that you feel? What is the why behind that? You know, you can't change anything until you become aware of it. So this is going to be the activation that I'm going to share with you that's going to hitch through your veins, through your atoms, through your entire being, that you will chemically change into the version that you want to be, the version that you know in your mind you're meant to be right now, is by realizing that there's never no mistakes in this universe. Every choice that you have made, even your existence, there is no such thing as God making a mistake. You were created for a purpose, and that purpose is that you got to find meaning in that purpose. How do you see yourself? How do you feel about yourself? How do you carry yourself? And then when you question those, then ask yourself, who is it that you really feel like you're meant to be? What is it that you desire from yourself? And if you feel the resistance towards that, lean into the resistance. What is the reason for the resistance? What is the reason for thinking the other way around? What is the reason for you feeling like you have to delve into this society that doesn't really deem you worthy? What makes you feel that you're worthy without needing anything physical? What is it within you that makes you deem that you have a purpose here? You have a reasoning. The only way to create purpose is by realizing, how do you see yourself? What meaning do you put towards yourself? You can go through affirmations, you could do scripting, but really it's all about what feels right to your heart, what makes your heart light, what makes your heart sing. The whole collective is starting to really understand the potency of emotions. We're all equipped to thinking that our mind has all the solutions when our mind is really the thing that causes the problem. But our emotions are the very things that create the solutions. Because we only seek and yearn for things in this world because we want a certain feeling towards it. Like when we feel like we need to save money towards something, it feels good, so we work our ass off for it. What about you just sitting with your storm and realizing, I have a lot of pain, I have a lot of heartache, I have all these disappointments, I see myself in a certain way that doesn't seem fruitful. Okay, I see myself this way. Now, why is it that I feel this way? It's all about contemplation. It's all about questioning, but it's all about having confidence in the fact that no matter what, it's not always about ups or downs. It's all about how you flow. It's all about how you allow. We're all coming into a state of allowance, of realizing we don't need more than we can attain, but we can have more because we're worthy of that, and there's enough for each and every one of us to have. It's not about competition. It's not about who's going to go out next. It's not about war. It's not about power. It's not about greed. It's about how are you going to spur your uniqueness, your love, your essence, your wholeness, your value to a world that already has so much resources to assist you in expressing what is true for you, what you feel is right for this world. So the whole point of this video, to create purpose, is by realizing what meaning do you put into life and yourself. That meaning has to be so strong that it can override any fear, that it can override any weakness that you think you have, that it can override any insecurity within you. Your meaning for your self-image, for what you want in your life, has to be more powerful than anything that's trying to cause you not to get closer to it. And realize this, challenge yourself. If a thought or a doubt or a feeling that goes against what it is you feel you're meant to have, realize this, challenge yourself. Maybe that very resistance is actually pulling you closer to what you want. Think about that. Because it's teaching you that, you have a blockage there. All right, now you're aware of that blockage. But literally that blockage is not here to block you. That blockage is here to teach you how to overcome it. You see what I'm saying? It's time for 2020 to 2022 to be the year that not only you challenge yourself, but you trust yourself on such a deep level that you know that you're exactly where you need to be, but you know that the universe is so generous, so loving, so giving, that you don't doubt only good things could happen to you. You're aware and humble that things in your circumstances will teach you how to have mastery over your emotions, meaning that circumstances will come your way. It's not about how the circumstance is blocking you. It's about how you see the circumstance benefiting you rather than blocking you. The whole world is so lost because we finally have to be real with ourselves and say, the only thing that's blocking me is me. Now, the only thing to help me is me. As we realize this, we're waking up even more and more and more on a deep level, to the point that the heart is overriding the mind, meaning that love is about to roll. People are quitting their jobs. People are leaving. People are not even choosing jobs. People are not even choosing the matrix, choosing the system. Now we're starting to realize the potency of our internal power once we choose to put meaning towards what feels important. And that is, you know you're a divine being. You know you're multidimensional. You know you can heal yourself. You know you can create your life. And you have the confidence to realize everything that was created in this world was a resource for me to use to build an even better evolving existence for thyself and for others. Let God use you. Let the universe use you. Let your ancestors use you. Let your guides use you. Because little do you know, what you want wants you too. And everything around you, even though if you don't think you have support, everything spiritual wants you to have it too, because it's your divine right. We're all really realizing our divine right, our divine purpose. Now it's about time you put more meaning into that purpose. And that is how you create purpose, by putting meaning towards things that deem that is your right to have. And little do you know, you don't even need to manifest this in order for it to be in the physical. You are already it, because you think it, you feel it, and you have embodied it. And that is the whole point, embodying the meaning of your purpose, of how you see yourself in the world. Other than that, you beautiful beings, that is all I want to leave you here with. Just a little pep talk, a little activation, a little triggering within you in order to awaken and expand your level of wisdom, to realize that, damn, I had the solution all along. I have everything that I want and need all along. It's not about having it physically. It's about knowing that I am already it. And knowing that you are here to have it, period. Ooh, I know, you beautiful beings. I hope this uplifted you. I hope this activated you some way, because I believe it did. Other than that, you guys, I love you so much. I'll see you on the next one. Have a blissful week, blissful rest of the year, even though there's going to be a ton more videos I'm going to come out with. But I want to give you that recognition, knowing that 2022 is going to be the most powerful year of your life, because you are going to finally start putting meaning behind the purpose of why you are here. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Only love and
Set the moon on fire.